Hi, and welcome to another episode of Almost Every Sonic. As always, here on Sonic Stadium, the series in which we attempt to play every Sonic game and, ultimately don't succeed because, there's a lot of them for various reasons. You saw how many there were in the opening. You saw how many. There's so many. So many Sonic games. But we are here tonight to play the latest and greatest. We are playing... There we go, Sonic Frontiers. I lean towards Switch. Broadly speaking, just because I have a great affinity for Nintendo games and Nintendo consoles and Nintendo hardware. This seemed like a bad idea to go for Switch this time, for a multitude of reasons. I've seen pre-release coverage for Switch, and it seemed like it was baseline functionally fine, but everything about it just seemed less. And I have a pretty decent PC that I would like to get some use out of, so I did opt for PC this time, just because, it's gonna give me the best experience out of all of this. So, just as a heads up, what we are doing here for this is... properties. I have disabled the DLC for this. I have played it with the DLC, but for this situation, I have disabled the DLC because what I found is if you have the DLC installed, it basically bypasses quite a lot of actually playing the first island, Kronos Island. I felt a little bit better after I restarted the game during my initial playthrough. After I removed this, it did not feel additive to the experience. Now, I did enjoy listening to the mini soundtrack. Oh, sorry about that. I did enjoy listening to the mini soundtrack. It's fine. Maybe wait for the full regular soundtrack. And I have not looked at the art book, but mini soundtrack has an issue where if you navigate outside of the window, it stops playing, which is a problem. Maybe there's a setting to fix that. Maybe if I go like borderless full screen or something, that will make it better, but it's not great. It's not great. I wound up just extracting the tracks because there are tools to do that online. Let's get started. Yes, let's play Sonic Frontiers. I'm not sure how audio is gonna... I have a no on the screen. Why do I have a no on the screen? I don't like having this no on the screen. Doesn't want me to play. What's going on here? Oh, okay. It was a tooltip for that. Let's try that again. No tooltips this time. No tooltips! I will not have the game tell me no constantly. So this is my third playthrough of the first world. I had an initial playthrough. I wasn't feeling it. I went ahead and started over, sort of approaching it from a different perspective, and this will be the third. To give you a sense of what I am playing on, I am playing difficulty hard. We're going to maintain hard the whole playthrough. It's actually, honestly, I don't quite know what the difficulty represents here. I didn't have that hard of a time. At least it didn't feel any harder than it did whenever I played on medium the first time. So we're just going to stay on hard. There's probably differences, but training during loading and game over. We're going to skip that. We'll keep notifications. We're not going to turn on auto combo, which is actually unlockable. We have start speed max, initial speed boost max, turning speed, sort of mostly fine. top speed, the steering sensitivity. I have acceleration low. I thought it would do some things, but it didn't, so I'm just going to reset it to 50. Outside full, camera speed, that's fine. Nothing extra there. Distance is a little bit from the medium. Yeah, and don't respect movement. Apply changes. Apply my changes, darn it. I also have some graphical effects turned off that we're going to turn back on. I wanted to see how little UI I could have for this. But we are going to remove blur effect. And everything else is basically set to high. Apply changes. And then the last thing I will mention is I have some particular controls that I like to use for this. And instead of the default, I actually have Psyloop on the left trigger. I found that, like, if I'm running around, doing so while holding one of the face buttons is a little odd. So I have my Psyloop on the trigger, and I have Sonic Boom, which I don't even remember what that does, on the top button. So that gives you a sense of where I'm starting at. Let's start a new game. On hard. High speed style. There's a lot of lore in this game. There's a lot of dialogue. The lore is somewhat interesting. The dialogue is pretty good. But there's not...
program now.
There's not much in the way of plot, we'll say. Oh, Eggman, you done it now. Oh.
Yes, it's all coming online. The ancient secrets will be mine. Status report. Answer me!
Simulations complete. Executing protective initiative.
What? No! No!
Hey, it's that guy I know.
Coming up on the Starfall Islands.
How exciting!
So,
You tracked the Chaos Emeralds here, right? Let's find out what drew them here.
just as a heads up, there are some... Let's say... Oh, yeah, Pokepal. Eggman is a lot less funny in the way that he kind of was in some of the more recent previous games. But I might say that about every character this time. There's not a lot of humor in this game.
Hang on.
Which I distinctly miss, but I understand why, I guess. Actually, it's, wait, hold on, we've got some issues here. Okay, number one... Good there. There. No center cursor display. It's quality high. Hi, I said. Did at least keep my controls. Outright step. Side loop. Yep, okay. Okay, we're good. No cursor. So, it kicks you off, like, right in the middle of a cyberspace stage. Obviously, Sonic's movement, not super fast in this, but I can initiate the boost. The boost is different this time around. It's not quite the same as previous Sonic games. You're not invincible while you boost. It doesn't quite feel as fast, and it doesn't have, like, the crazy visual effects. But what it does add is, whenever you initiate it, you do get, like, a slight vertical height. Honestly, I feel this is much more playable than any other game that had a boost in it. I recently kind of went back to a lot of the boost-era games and determined I don't know if I really like boost in these games. And I do like the boost in Sonic Frontiers. It feels much more manageable. And not just because I have things turned out. In fact, I'm not sure if your standard settings for movement actually apply to the cyberspace stages. What? Hold on. Oh, one thing you have, and it's a little weird to actually pull off. But if you jump and then double jump and press a third time, you do get the drop dash, which doesn't have a lot of practical purposes. In fact, I'm not entirely sure why they added it, but they did add it. And we're not gonna do the whole thing this time. Well, in my initial playthrough, I got 100% of the map unlocked. And I sort of did dick around in the overworld quite a bit. Especially in the early islands. By the late islands, I was kind of tired and want to wrap up. But we're not going to do that for this playthrough. This playthrough, we'll spend a little bit of time in the overworld. But we are going to try to be a bit more focused, we'll say. Oh, if we're really lucky, we'll get to the boss of this segment in this session, and you'll get to enjoy the music of it.
Looks like I'm the only one who made it out of that. Whatever it was. Whew.
Mortal,
Ugh. Hello?
you have done the impossible. You have escaped cyberspace through your own power. You are the key.
Key, huh? Sure beats being called a rodent. Are you saying I can rescue my friends?
Find the Chaos Emeralds. Destroy the Titans. Tear down the walls between dimensions.
Yeah, okay, sure. How about a little context? Hello? Oh well. Some direction is better than none. Here we go.
Look around! Use right stick to rotate the camera. Find the way forward. This the way forward? Or is this the way forward? No, it's this way. I can go to options too, but I'm not going to. You've seen options. You've had enough options. Let's activate some switches. So anytime that we see this marker right here, that basically means, hey Pokepal, Yes, actually, this is Roger Craig Smith, who has done the game since Colors. Well, actually, the earliest instance of him was Wreck-It Ralph. But yeah, effectively, for some reason the voice direction is okay. Be lower from this part out. I have some theories that we might get into, like, at the end of the entire playthrough. But not quite yet. So, stuff that Sonic can do right away. He has his boost. It's very Breath of the Wild UI design here. You can see in the lower right-hand corner there is a set of stats that I will be working to improve. I will also be trying to upgrade this skill point number, and also there's a speedometer. And then up top are all my collectibles, and there's no map yet, but we'll get a map. I can bounce, I can double jump. You can do my favorite thing in the world, which is bounce. This is an all bounce playthrough. We will be bouncing constantly for the next 2 hours and in every single session going forward. This is a bounce-friendly stream. No, we're not gonna. Solve a basic puzzle. I press the tutorial buttons. Now I've got a map and a seat of power. Map doesn't unlock in, like, contiguous chunks. But it will show off stuff in the area. So first we're gonna get this seed. It kind of unlocks in weird bits and pieces. And if I hover over to where the next map location is here... No, here. It'll show me what operates that segment. Got that. Enemies. Notification may appear when Sonic is near something new. Press down on the D-pad to practice the action. Okay, I'm going to a simulator. Tells me to. Homing attack. Simulator can be exited. So yeah, I can homing attack when I am near something. The homing attack targeting is not perfect, but it is more forgiving than in a lot of previous games. You have much larger range. Like, I'm pretty far from this guy. I can still lock onto him. In fact, I don't even have to jump to do the homing attack. I just, as long as I'm locked onto it, it will just... Enemies are defeated. They drop various items such as skill pieces and seeds. Gather enough skill pieces and they will turn into skill points, as shown in the lower right corner of the screen. These can be used to learn new skills to enhance Sonic. So, I've got a teeny tiny piece of skills. Once it gets to 1, which isn't something you guys can see, but if I pause, then you still can't see because I'm not that far in the tutorial section yet. But yeah, you'll notice, like, hey, there's stuff all around here as I walk through, run through, sprint through. This is a lot of the game. A lot of the game is noticing there's a thing there. I'm going to go over to it. It's a series of platforms that I can jump on. And then do that. And get a memory token, which I'll use to unlock discussions with Amy. And these are scattered all over the place. If you take a look at the map here, anytime that there is this little heart icon, that is a memory piece that is set in the world. Now, there's other ways for me to get that. Like, one of the ways is by defeating enemies, or eventually when I get the Psy Loop, I'll be able to get them all just by creating circles and getting resources from the ground. There is fishing in this game. We will be able to get them from fishing. Fishing is fun in this game. I like it. It's very simple. but it's fun. It's an enemy! These are the basic grunt enemies. They don't get... The basic enemies don't get... You know what? We'll leave that discussion for a later time. Oh, right. Now that I have unlocked... Now that I have done that, I have unlocked basic combat, so... Sonic has a basic combo now. I will have ways to augment that combo once I get further in the game. But I can use it to punch open metal boxes with my fists. Sonic has fists of steel. So, one of the things that it does well is it does ask you to sort of chain these behaviors. The flaw is that there aren't a lot of them, but like to get to that ring, I have to use my double jump. I have to effectively use my boost. There's going to be a lot of different movements that I'm going to have to focus on that really define the way you play. Now, this is a good one. You do start the game with your Lightspeed Dash, so anytime you find strings of rings, you will be able to Lightspeed Dash them, including the ones that you've dropped on the ground, if we encounter that here. Guardians are very powerful. They are bigger than normal enemies and have special attacks. Study their moves and find an opening. When an enemy is targeted, lock on to them by pressing right stick. We are targeted. I have a couple combat moves here. One of them, my side step becomes a side dodge like this. I can use that in the air as well. Pretty useful. One of the things I like to do is I will occasionally get hurt and die. That's one of my favorite things. No. What I like to do sometimes here is I can engage and then, right. Oh, Pokepal, you have no idea. You have no idea. We're gonna get to our Breath of the Wild references at the end of this stage. Because Guardians are just the name of bigger bosses. There's a bunch of these guys. And I'm gonna have to... Darn it! Oh, where's my rings? It's fine, as long as I can get one more hit in. There, he's dead. He's dead, and I get a portal gear. Portal gears are going to be how I get more of those linear stages. Oh, right. Sometimes pockets have things in them. I should remember that. So it looks like I can do this to go here, and... here. The statue to open the gate! The gate seems to be locked. Turn the statue in the gate. Proceed. Turn a statue. Thing I can... No. That's on the other side. Statues it is. simple introductory puzzles. I like the jump boost. Jump boost is fun. The jump boost is fun. There's a weird dichotomy in this game where basic ground movement is weird, because you'll notice that, hey, Sonic just sort of, you don't have any lead up. It's kind of stiff. Like, Sonic's either moving or he's not moving. Like, even here, I could boost, and then if I let go of the stick, he just stops on a dime. It's weird. But air movement, as long as you're moving forward, or, like, performing air movement, you are surprisingly capable between Sonic's double jump, his boost jump, his homing attack. I think the best comparison I can make is, if you remember Sonic Adventure 2, the last stage is Final Rush or something like that. It's Final something. It's the one where Sonic's in space, outside the space colony, and you're just sort of grinding on a whole bunch of sky rails in order to get to the end. And it's an infuriating level. Hey, we can unlock Psyloop. Hey, we got our skill tree. Hold left trigger while moving. Make a circle of light. We are not ready to get Phantom Rush yet. Use a side loop by doing that. It can do some stuff. Like this stuff. Now, GX, you may be asking, why would you even bother to do that? Like, what's the point? Rings are health in this game. And you get hit hard. You get hit hard in this game. My max ring right now is 400. If I get hit in combat, there's a good chance that I'm gonna lose, like, between 200 and 300 rings. You get hit hard from hard-hitting enemies. But if I powered all the way up, I get extra boost. So now I'm very fast. Unfortunately, I kind of wish you could turn that off. But you cannot. But yeah, to go back to my original point, Sonic's air control in this is pretty solid. In a game like Sonic Adventure 2 with a stage like Final Rush, it's infuriating because there's very little to really snap onto, and it's very easy to just sort of get... It's easy to miss a jump. This is a Sonic where it feels like he's much more capable of like, hitting precision jumps in a way that, previous Sonic engines were not. And when it's on point, it's real on point. When it's more guided, well, I guess we'll get into our criticisms of this game a little bit later, but I'm gonna have some. More dudes! So, Psyloop is honestly one of the most clever additions to the game. You can use it in combat, you can use it in exploration, you can use it to refuel health, and it's just cool. It's just cool looking to sort of be able to draw a trail onto the stage, and you've got a lot of it. They give you quite a lot of tether. At first I was kind of worried about, like, hey, Do I have to be slow in order to use the Psyloop? But no, I eventually figured out, I was like, no, I have enough slack that I can make
Return
big
to the
ones to
digital
boost with.
dimension again. Use that gear to bridge the gap between dimensions.
Unactivated portals can be activated with portal gears, so that's why we're fighting these bosses. We're fighting bosses so we can get gears. We're using the gears to go into cyberspace. We're using cyberspace to get keys. We're using keys to get emeralds. Once we get all the emeralds, then we're golden. Psyloop's also good for this. Boop. Like this, if anything stays from this game, I hope it's the Psyloop, because I think the Psyloop is a very clever use of speed mechanics in Sonic.
Connection.
No!
One gear will not suffice.
Need more gears!
Hunt down another target and take its gear.
Okay. Let's go kill some monsters and get their gears. So this will be an interesting boss fight. We're gonna dodge the attacks. Honestly, I'm just gonna run circles around him. Alright. Yeah, see, I was at 400. One hit really took out almost all of my rings. Broke him. But also... Wait. Wait. Are you gonna spit at me, or are you gonna do something else? I see your game. I see your game spitting at me. Could also just kick. Hey, Knuckles. Yep, I'm playing Frontiers. How does this compare to Lego Sonic? Well, you're gonna have to be more specific. Do you mean the Lego Sonic set, or do you mean Sonic Dimensions, but the Lego aspect of it? Ugh. Sometimes you don't get hurt by... Hi, Enzo. Welcome. Okay, fine. Bring him down a bit more. Oh, this game is better than Lego... Well, the gameplay in this game is absolutely better than Lego Dimensions. It's always weird watching the tower die. It's so, it kind of realized is like, oh, I just killed this thing, but also it sort of doesn't react to it. It just falls apart. So we're gonna go back into cyberspace. Now that we have stolen its guts, fuel our travels.
Return to cyberspace as many times as it takes.
That's ominous. Okay, cyberspace has a number of goals that we need to complete. One of them, basically, you're gonna get keys for every goal you complete. Obviously, there's simple ones like get to the end, infinite lives, so it's not a problem. Also, they're pretty short. There's like 28 of them total, and then they're all like between a minute and 2 minutes. Some of them even less than that. If we get a if we get a good rank time, if we end it with a certain number of rings, and if we find all of the secret rings. We are Sonic, and we must find the secret rings. Just gets sucked into the 1990s cartoon reboot. Incoming game. Incoming game. How do you compare these to Sonic Forces levels? I would say the early ones are not as good as Sonic Forces levels, but the later ones, the later ones are absolutely better. Oh, I remember this stage. I remember trying to master the speed of this stage. We're not gonna try to do speed mastering for this playthrough. We don't need the keys that bad. The weird part is, I found some really off-the-beaten-path courses in the cyberspace stage, but it isn't necessarily where they hide the red rings. And I'm kind of disappointed by that, because I liked trying to find the weird paths. But there is an element where they just sort of want you to find things that are slightly off the beaten path, or directly on the beaten path, but... so, we'll be happy with 3 keys, or 2 keys, or however many keys we got. I don't know, Knuckles, like, that early one right there, like, it's fine. It just doesn't ask much of you. Like, just kind of there. Now, given the last playthrough of Forces I did, I specifically attempted to play without boosting, or boosting as minimal as possible, so maybe my interpretation on that is slightly different. But the late levels in this are pretty good. I'm a little torn. Hey, we got enough for a Chaos Emerald. I'm a little torn because there are... We've got enough for 2 emeralds! 2 emeralds, you hear me? So, another quick thing worth mentioning in terms of the Banjo-Kazooie levels of collectibles that we are investing in. Come on. Let's land here, get this. If you take a look at the top right corner, so we have our rings, we have our gears. Gears get consumed whenever we unlock a cyberspace world. We're not gonna keep doing this every time, but, you know, for now. Gears get consumed. Keys, as I understand it, do not. Keys are only additive. You either have enough keys from doing the cyberspace stages in this level, or you do not. It's not... They're not consumed whenever you use them. The same thing with the memory tokens, the little hearts that we're going to use for Amy. I either will have enough of them, or I will not. There is not a consumption. Ooh, just ride this, I guess. And we've got our first emerald. Unlocked with 2 vault keys. Got a blue emerald that we put somewhere. We put it somewhere. And as you can see, I still have 6 keys. Here's Coco! We're gonna be collecting these guys. Gather Coco to strengthen Sonic. These creatures are simply called the Coco. They seem to be lost. Locate their elder and return them to him. The elder will surely offer a reward in their return, whether it is increasing Sonic's speed or ring capacity. So, Coco are kind of hard to see in the landscape. They're stone-colored, and that can be a problem on a stone-colored landscape. Most of them are just hanging around points of interest. They're usually standing on something. They're not usually, like, in the middle of a field. We can sort of hear them whenever. Congratulations! From here on, Sonic is free to explore the island and gather the Chaos Emeralds. Try solving nearby challenges to avoid getting lost. This will unlock more of the map and show more paths forward in Sonic's journey. So yeah, that's the majority of the tutorial stage. From here on out, we're just sort of figuring things out. So, like, I can do something like go over here. Do this little challenge to get more map. I think at the very least, one of the goals that I do want to do is, oh yeah, mysteries in ancient rails. As Sonic solves mystery in the island, locations close to each other will be connected by ancient rails, making travel more convenient. So, we are, by the way, we are building infrastructure in this game. We are building infrastructure. Now, right now it's very simple infrastructure. By unlocking this map segment, it created these white-colored rails. And white-colored rails will take us basically between map points. Okay, yeah. We don't need to go all the way back there, but we've got like a little junction here that eventually will get built out a little bit further. So what we're dealing with right now in terms of tasks, we have in the top left corner up there our next major story element. Search for friends. We have 29 components for hearts, so let's go chase.
Amy, is that you?
Hello? Is someone there? Help me!
Hang on. Maybe messing with the ruins will fix things.
Talk to Amy. We need 0 heart pieces. When I stand still for a length of time, the Coco just sort of spawn in front of me. It makes it very challenging because it does make you think that there's like ones to collect here, but no, these are the guys I've already collected. It's real weird because they particularly spawn whenever you die. So you respawn after death and there's like just a billion Coco in front of you if you haven't cashed them in.
Oh, right?
Me? You're the one who's only half here.
I feel fine, but that energy that was holding me prisoner went into you.
I've been infused with weird zappy stuff before. Besides, I feel like it gave me some kind of boost.
Well, in that case, we need to get moving. If I was trapped, I'm sure Tails was too.
Good call. I'll scout around and find you later. Deal?
Deal. Be careful.
Careful? Where's the fun in that?
By the way, this game has a lot of references to past
You are
games.
the key. Be empowered with this technique.
Okay, I'm the key. Get the Chaos Emeralds! These Chaos Emeralds? No, but we're going to get them anyway. We're gonna get so many things. You won't believe how many things we're gonna get. We are just going to constantly get so many things. Like these things. Those things and that thing. Okay, I hate the grapes. We're gonna prepare to fight the grapes. We have enough to fight the grapes. Okay, keep attacking, because you boost up the combo meter. So, there's our combo meter. We're gonna keep hitting them. And eventually, if I hit him enough, then I can go full Dragon Ball. With a billion after images. So that's the one I want. This one is particularly good for the early stages. I like this one. This one's useful. We'll want to get it. But this is more immediately useful for me. Especially with that enemy. Especially. Oh, another map segment. Just a quick puzzle associated with it. You complete it, and then more map. More map and a upgrade seed. I think... Can't remember if I said this already. I think in this playthrough we're at least going to try to uncover 100% of the map. We're not going to collect everything in it, but we are at least going to uncover the map. I think that's a good side. Hi, Lone Wolf. Heard this game is really good.
Just begging to be climbed.
My
Imagine
stance
view.
on it is good. It is not great. It has some really solid moments. It has some really solid upgrades from past Sonic games. It has a lot of interesting ideas, and it feels like it can execute on them some of the time, but not often enough that I'm in love with it. Let's fight this Xenoblade enemy. Sometimes if you get hit, you can stomp your way out of it, because Sonic doesn't actually lose rings until he hits the ground. So if you can avoid hitting the ground, then you can avoid taking damage. Two arms down. Ha! You once had three. I have taken all of your arms. Oh, I wanted to fight the torso. I wanted to fight the big legs torso. There is a little bit of a secret to that boss, and we'll go to it later. It's actually one that I picked up from you, Knuckles, about what you can do in that boss fight. Well, first off, pick up Coco. Other Coco? Really around points of interest. I heard one. Where did I hear one? Oh, there it is. There we go. I have collected the Coco. There goes in the plinth. A plinth that looks like a chair. There are some things that this game does not ultimately explain. One of those things is why they look like chairs. I would like to know why they look like chairs. Do the creators of them sit in them like chairs? Wait. Nope. Okay, hold on. Two red rings. Oh, there's actually a lower part here. I was not aware of that. 3 red rings. 4 red rings. Where's the 5th? And 5th. We might try for a run of... I do like the red ring. The red rings are... I don't know. Anytime I've played Sonic, I always like the exploration aspect of it more than I like the perfecting a run aspect of it. I'm not a guy who perfects runs, but I am a guy who explores. Got more keys. More keys means more emeralds.
I appear to be in a digital dimension. I've employed similar constructs in my own
I will
systems,
encounter
but this is
Digimon.
markedly more
The
advanced.
digital monsters.
Note to self, don't admit that to anyone. The amount of data stored here defies quantification. But it won't stop me from trying.
Each portal has its own set of missions. Also, all the missions are basically the same. Beat the stage, get a good time, red rings, standard rings. So, it has its own separate set of missions, but all of those missions are going to be the same. Sometimes you do just get stuffed by beating small enemies. Like, I just got 2 gears there. Doesn't make a lot of sense for me to get 2 gears there, but it gave me 2 gears. So we did that, And go kill this guy. Okay, we're up to 3 skill points. Let's go ahead and... Oh wait, once I am in combat, I am not capable of actually switching over to map. Okay, so we need to have some focus here, and we're going to put our marker on this next map segment, and go from there. There it is. Our yellow and orange glowing one is the marker that we placed on the map. So for this map part, need to go all the way over there. In 24 seconds. And it takes us to another map segment. In the first island, all of this is going to come real fast. It's just kind of how it's structured. It's structured to sort of throw you in very quickly. You're gonna get all of your unlockables very rapidly, and it's just gonna progress pretty effortlessly. I haven't dedicated to myself. Actually, you know what? If I haven't decided on this, I'm not gonna say it now that I think about it out loud. Chris, don't brainstorm content while on stream. Not doing that. It's a bad idea. It sets expectations. Okay. Now I have to puzzle. How do I puzzle? Let's puzzle in this direction. Puzzle accomplished. But yeah, honestly, that's a lot of what these map unlock puzzles are like. It's just a very quick, it's just a very quick, little thing to distract you. Hey, Suspicious, how am I enjoying the game? This playthrough that I'm doing on stream is actually going to be my second complete playthrough. I did finish an initial playthrough yesterday. I like it fine. I think it's okay. I think the early parts are very slow and don't necessarily reflect some of the more interesting aspects that will come later in the game. But overall, I still have a lot of criticisms of the way that it's structured, and I came out generally positive. But it's positive with some significant caveats.
Eggman tech. It seems abandoned, though.
I like it, but I don't
Still,
love
I better
it.
keep on my toes.
Is how I'd put it. Oh yeah, let's find another Ashura. Let's find another Ashura, and I'll show you the secrets. I'll show you the secrets. So he's got legs. And those boots are made for tilting. And that's just what we'll do. And then we're gonna hit the soles of his feet. Make it drop an extra gear. And we can do so with the other foot. But also, don't get stepped on. Because getting stepped on is an instant death in this game. I found that out firsthand. Oh, when you fight someone like this, be prepared to, in fact, when you fight in general, definitely keep the air homing attack in your repertoire. You will use it quite often. Wait, where'd I go? Where'd I go? Did I phase through it? Okay. It's a very useful move, and I don't think a lot of people necessarily use it as often as is useful. Okay, opening. Open it! I'm avoiding taking a lot of damage here by doing my stomp move. I should be taking quite a lot of damage right now and losing all of my rings constantly, but like I said, if you don't land, you don't take damage. So if you can avoid landing face first, then you will avoid damage. So learn to stomp very quickly. Oh, no, come on, come on. Now that time I took damage. That time I definitely took damage. Ain't no knockback from electric balls. It's a good strategy to just sort of use the boost to engage and then disengage as you need to. Darn it. I'm just gonna stop him. Stop him! Hand. His reach is long, so thing. There we go, broke another one. Now the trick this time is going to be to not die. You see, the issue I had with the previous run is that I died, and that's the opposite of what I want to do. Come on, homing attack, work with me. Can I make it? Okay. Yep, we're just gonna torso climb here. No grip meter, like in Shadow of the Colossus, so if you do have something big like that, you can just grab it. Now, you can't grab every surface, but there are a lot of surfaces you can grab. Come on, come on, come on. Hit me! You know, I'm not even gonna bother with him. Any of these glowing green surfaces are another one that you can do. Now, you can go ever so slowly up and by hand, or if you hold R, you'll run in whichever direction you're facing. You can't boost upwards, but you can run. But if it's a very narrow one like I'm encountering here, sometimes slower is better just because you have a little bit more nuance in your movement. Hey, Cuckoo. And another. Another Coco. They are adorable and have a, very dark backstory. I'm gonna get into that in... I don't know, I don't think we'll get into that in this session. But next session, we're gonna encounter, some dark things happening with the Coco. Come on. I can hold on to that spring, please. Doesn't want me to hold on to the spring. Well, let's be a little bit more focused here. We'll go ahead and get some more map. No, we won't. I have to get this one at night. That happened to me numerous times. I find it infuriating. There's not really a good way to manipulate time in this game, as far as I've found. So waiting for night is basically just waiting for the time to naturally cycle. If there is a way to do it, I'd love to know, and I'm sure chat would be able to tell me, but I have not yet found a good way to actually cycle time. So yeah, for the most part, I'm just working on collecting things, like... Where are we at here? We are sort of in the middle here. That's the one I couldn't get because it required it to be nighttime. So let's go ahead and pick a direction and go there. Try to fight the squid. Ooh, I remember this guy. Ugh. I hate the wheel. You can get one good hit on him. Then it can't figure out what... Well, then it starts homing in on you like this, but... There we go. You outlived him. There's a couple good ways to take care of a wheel like that, but... Your cycle time by getting sandwiched while Sonic stands there. Oh. Oh yeah, I just let the game run. Thank you, Knuckles. Sure. You let the game run like sandwich. I know, you can counter the wheel. It's one way to do it. I'm showing multiple ways. game is not a sprint. It's a surprisingly slow trek to do it. Oh wait. I have 9 ability points. Skill points, whatever it's called. Let's go spend them. We're spending them on Sonic Boom. Now I can do this. Get all Sanji all up in here. No, wait, no, that wasn't... Sanji never learned that. No, but it was one of the, powers from One Piece that people could learn. Why not go to the red glowing thing? The red glowing thing is red and glowing. We should go to it. Self. To go back to that place whenever it's nighttime. Uh-oh, ninja! We're gonna parry this time. Hold both of those shoulders to parry. It is unnecessary to parry based on timing from incoming attacks. Parrying is very effective against certain enemies. I kind of wish the parry was timing based. Because there is an element of like, well, I could just hold this down and it'll auto-parry, and I kind of wish that it didn't. I kind of wish that that was a skill-based element. Speaking of parrying here. Speaking of parrying. I don't want to parry that way. There, we kicked him. We're gonna parry that part. Oh, we're going this way. Going to the red. Getting us an emerald. I probably won't be skipping these smaller cutscenes as we... Oh, we have cutscene. Ah, you can't stop me. I have 2 emeralds.
Whoa!
Okay, let's fight this alien from the movie Alien. Alien got buff. Alien's been working out.
I guess that's one of the Titans keeping Amy trapped.
You leave immediately.
Where'd you come from? Are you trapped too?
Do not approach the Titan.
Sorry, kid, but I've got a job to do.
If we are fortunate, it will destroy you.
just realized by the time that we do the next episode of the show, the Monster Hunter stuff will be out. Oh, right. Ah! Keep punching your head. How do you like it? I don't think you liked it. Nice Dragon Ball Z moment. It's the sound of him hitting the metal ground is what puts me at dis-ease. That's the part that gets me. It's not like him hitting the stone wall. Like he's fighting Perfect Cell or whatever. It's him, like, making the metal tunk on the ground.
Taking that thing down the traditional way, I'm gonna need the Chaos Emeralds. And maybe a little bit of luck.
So just to reiterate, for anybody who wasn't here from the beginning, we are playing on hard, and I will advise people that the final boss of this game is only accessible on hard. So it does not mean you need to play the whole game on hard like I am, but it does mean like you just change like right before you get to the pre-final boss, which you'll be able to tell like when that's going to be, and when you actually, you just need to make sure you change it over to hard before. Though quite honestly, I don't think this game is too bad on hard. I don't consider myself like a really, really skilled player, but I played through this game on hard in full, and it didn't feel like significantly different than whenever I attempted to play parts of it on medium. Game has pop-in. You've probably noticed by now, but it hasn't been too bad in this first segment, but oh wait, it's night. It's night. We should go ahead and the spot. I think that's the spot. No. The spot that needs to be night is like over here, isn't it? There it is. We just need to go over there for the sake of going over. Okay, we've got it night, and we have a little light moat. Where'd you go? What's the next one? There's the next one. Moved over there. There we go. Are you light moat? Are you? Go. For the sake of being able to unlock a map segment. Oh, it's on top of the ship. Is it? Where is it? Maybe I missed my timing window. We'll have to come back for it. Well, until then, there's still more map that I can do. Up. Knuckles and I are gonna argue about this, but like, I don't think the vocal themes are anything special in this one. I don't hate them, but they are kind of dopey and dumb. But I do rather like the just ambient, stage music like this. Very pleasant. And stop. I should start thinking about moving forward a little bit on this. Excuse me, your taste is terrible, Knuckles. So, not only can I initiate conversations with phasing in and out Amy, I can also do so with Sage. And they sure are something.
Yo, don't you think that Titan was kinda overkill?
You are an enemy to be eliminated,
Line
and
reading.
you are powerless compared to its might.
Of that line
Maybe
reading.
as I am, but I'm willing to bet I could handle it as supersonic. All I need are the Chaos Emeralds.
Doubtful. In any scenario, the end results will not change. Additionally, what you seek is in its presence. You've lost the battle before it has even begun.
Yeah, that's a lot of what the conversations with Sage are like. They're not... She's not a character of personality, at least certainly not early on. But they sure have you talk to her a bunch. We got time for... Oh, hey. Can have another chat with Amy. Not all of these are required. Some of these are optional. Probably will skip some of them. Hearts.
How you feeling, Amy? I mean, what's it like being all ghosty?
Some of them are actually
Honestly, I
required.
don't feel that difference since you helped clear my mind. I guess it feels kind of... detached? Have you ever flown around in a dream? Like you're lighter than air? That's what it feels like to me, anyway. I just wish I could finally land and be whole again.
Yeah, hang in there, Amy. I'll figure something out.
Okay. Down enough for cyberspace. Into the computer we go. Now, I will say this, popping aside in the main part of the game, I guess I do want to take this path if I want to get the game. Popping aside, it does not, the world itself does not have major load until you are actually going in and out of the world. And that is a good thing to have. It's a good thing that it does not have that, I should say. It having the contiguous world. In fact, now obviously I can't test this on the Switch, because I haven't played the Switch version, but there is fast travel that you will eventually unlock, and it is like absolutely no waiting fast travel. You just select the point and you're there. It doesn't have to load anything else in or out or anything. All of them but S rank time, which is good enough for me. Let's keep it moving. If you do want to go for the S rank times, some of them are very easy to accomplish. Weirdly, I found a lot of the later ones to be surprisingly easy to get the S rank times. And some of the early ones are actually fairly difficult, especially the Angel Island, Sky Sanctuary one we did most recently. That one is really difficult to get the good time on. There are certain places where it does and does not want you to take some of the alternate paths. Okay, we need to decide where to go next. We're gonna go here next and get some more map. But then after that, we're gonna go get that yellow M. Well, get the yellow M. I also think we should go fishing at some point. Just the... Oh, wait, Coco. This game has some real good running through some field. It has real good running through field. Not all games can accomplish running through field being that good, but this game does it all right. This game has a good running through field. Look at that running through field. This is my favorite thing to do with these guys. Boop. Just an instant death. Stupid wheels. Hit the wheels. Deserve it. I'll usually go out of my way a little bit to take down some of the easier enemies. But anything that I know is... Yeah, Shadow frame rate happening here is something. That's something. I will reiterate from before. I have a decent PC. I have a what is it? I think like a 2060 in it. 16 gigs of RAM, i7, that run, like an i7 thing, processor, CPU, running at like 4 gigahertz. So like my actual computer, pretty good. But unfortunately it doesn't really circumvent some of the limitations built into the game itself. Like, you're going to have diminishing returns just straight up throwing tech at this game. You'll still be able to get your, with enough, if you throw enough tech at it, you will be able to get your 4K 60 FPS. You will be able to get all your settings on high, but unfortunately, you're not going to circumvent having pop-in. You're not going to circumvent the shadows being weird sometimes. We'll get this, and then we'll talk to Amy, and then we're... got 15 minutes left. I can't do a stream of this without doing fishing. We are going to fish. I promise you this. But first we're gonna... Let's skip the animation there and just listen.
So, something's been bugging me about these ruins. The whole reason we came was because Tails detected the Chaos Emeralds were drawn here, right? And now I'm finding digital keys and confinement towers that seem custom-made to hold the emeralds. Like half this stuff was built with them in mind.
Maybe the ancients used the Chaos Emeralds in the past. We've learned of other past civilizations who did too.
Yeah, but those groups tried to use them. And the stuff here seems all about containment.
Maybe they knew something about their power that we don't. The Chaos Emeralds are still pretty mysterious, even after all we've done with them.
Mysteries. Mysteries of the emeralds. Okay, let's see. Anything over here? It's... Honestly, it's one of the biggest issues I deal with in getting around in this game, is that I don't have a good sense of which tasks I've actually done and which ones I haven't. And... Ooh, wait. We have enough skill points. Go ahead and get some upgrades. And get my zigzag for 10, but I really want to have my tricks. Need to have my tricks. I love my tricks. So, all you do, bounce on something that's shiny, and you just move the control stick around, and Sonic does crazy tricks. And it's worth bonus experience, basically. Just a good way to get extra experience. Fun, I like it. It's one of the things that I miss about the Sonic Rush games is the trick system. Because I think the trick system is really cool. And they have trick systems in certain Sonic games, especially like the Sumo Digital ones. I do enjoy the way that they were managed in the Sumo Digital ones. But not much beyond that. It's mostly just pre-scripted events. Oh, wait. Button. Button. Third button. That's how we map. We have accomplished map. Let us accomplish further map. Actually, speaking of accomplishing further map, why am I over on the side like that? No, I'm not gonna worry worry about it too much. By the way, if you're using a mouse, that's what that does. With clicking being his attacks. And the other mouse button being his silent. You probably don't want to play this game on a mouse and keyboard. I don't recommend it. I recommend playing it with the gamepad. But you can do it. I can't stop you. How much time we got? We've got 15 minutes. What's 15 minutes good to do? We fought Nashura. We fought the ninja. Run through these guys, and we can't do anything about them quite yet, because if we try...
You are not ready.
Not ready to get through these chains.
Return when the time is right.
Must do stuff. You must talk to people to break the chains. Story. There's the squid. We're gonna fight the squid. That is going to be our task before we finish tonight. We're gonna fight the squid, and then we'll go fishing, and then I think that well rounds a night. more you gotta do than fight a squid and go fishing. It's everything you want in life. What more are you asking for? Wake up in the morning, think to yourself, I'm gonna fight a squid, I'm gonna go fishing. And that's my day.
It's beautiful here, but there's a loneliness here. The land feels sad and empty.
Yeah, I got the same feeling. And I think it's tied to the ruins, weird robots, and other stuff we've encountered. But on the plus side, I've got plenty of room to run around.
And you never know how
There's,
many new
like-
routes you may discover.
Yeah, I'll try not to have too much fun finding a way to restore you.
It is weird knowing the twist of this game, or maybe not twist so much as like lore, and being like, oh, I understand the dialogue now. Let's fight a squid. Oh no, let's not get stuck in the landscape, please. I'm not gonna make it. Can I make it up this way? What about if I go here? Ah! Missed it. Let's try again. Do we wait for the loop around, or do we try to cut it off in the process? Loop isn't that long. But I think I would rather go this way. Do some quick side steps and that'll kill time. There's an emerald over there. Okay, this is a good vantage point to go get a squid. Here he comes. Here he comes. Back me up, guys! Squid hunting. There we are. Oh, wait. Crud. Oh, crud. Crud. Okay. I am, just to give you a sense of what I'm actually doing here, because it is a little bit difficult. I had a lot of trouble with this boss early on. And a lot of it came down to, it having a very wide attack, and me not properly dodging. So when you see me sort of spinning around, that's me initiating the dodge move. So I usually try to get a couple hits in, and then switch over to dodging formation. Basically, get a couple of hits in and then dodge. part of the boss fight that I'm not a huge fan of is the part where it goes into that sort of weird spiral mode, where it's just sort of vaguely pre-scripted. It's not going to attack you, it's just going to sort of be a looker, and it takes much longer than it really ought to. Especially if you have run out of boost. Fuel. Like I don't think you can actually make headway whenever it's in that sort of formation. Come on. There we go. Beat it. I don't know if I actually need any more gears, but I sure got them now. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left in the stream, and you know what that means. You know what that means. Well, first it means that we're gonna go kill that wheel. And then second, it means that we're gonna go fishing. So we should probably kill this Griggs. And in order to fish, we are going to need some purple coins. Every purple coin you get is a chance to fish. He likes purple coins. Coco. 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 I couldn't really figure out how to do this before, to be real. I was kind of apprehensive about just going into there thinking like, oh, do I need gears to go fish? Like, do I need a special key? It's like, no, you just walk up to it and do it.
Oh, hey, Sonic. You come here to fish too?
Big, what are you doing here? How did you get here? What even is here?
I don't know. I was looking for fishing spots and wound up here. So now I'm fishing.
Of course you are.
It just winds up everywhere.
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
Big is a god in this world, I have to imagine. He's just omnipresent. Wherever you go, he's just going to be
hurt to detense for a
around.
second.
Whether it makes sense or not.
Do you know how to fish? I'll teach you if you want. Hey, you've got a bite. Sonic, I'll leave it to you to pull it up. Can you see the red ripples? When the white ripple overlaps with the red one, lift your rod up quickly.
Just want to hear Big say the word ripple. Hey! Got a fish. And a token to go with that fish.
Wow! Awesome! You've caught
Yeah,
it
that's true,
already.
Knuckles. Big basically is Tom Bombadil.
Nice
wrong.
catch, Sonic. I'll trade you a token for any fish you catch. If you get plenty of tokens, I'll trade them for some of the treasures I found. Just tell me what you want. Froggy really likes those purple coins. If you bring me one, I'll let you borrow my rod again.
Yep, so basically, yeah, what we do
Would you
here
like to
is,
try? I'll
cost
let
these
you
purple
borrow
coins
a
to fish.
rod.
We fish and trade them for fish token. Basically, we catch fish. Whatever we get gets traded for fish tokens, which in turn gets traded for any of the nice things up top. any of the very nice things that we can get. We are going to start by collecting a lot of egg memos because, well, we'll see. If we can get one of them tonight, I'll be happy. Got a marlin. First try. Expert fisherman, first try. Sonic's true calling in life. The slowest of sports. Hey, it's a gold card. Fishing is very, very useful in the late game. If you are looking to just sort of top up your stats. There'll be limits to how much of the upgrades you can buy in a given time, but it's actually not that hard to top up how many purple coins you have to maximum, which by the way is 999. You'll see why in a later session. We will assuredly encounter the ways to get a lot of purple coins. We got a scroll! Scrolls are good. Scrolls can be obtained while fishing. Use these scrolls to fast travel to the Elder Cocoa and Hermit Cocoa, but only from the island that they're obtained from. So great, we just unlocked fast travel. Well, it's 9 o'clock, so let's start wrapping things up. We're gonna go ahead
Would
and
you like to try? I'll let
trade
you
what we've
buy.
got, trade our tokens, get an egg memo, and an egg memo.
Would you
And
like
we
to try?
can check them out in the Fishpedia.
Some force is keeping me from exiting cyberspace. Is it because my AI made unauthorized access to the databases? If so, that's the exact opposite of what it was supposed to do. What are gun military craft doing in here? Sage has helped me avoid the worst of it, and it doesn't appear to be manned. Is it a defense mechanism? I need to learn more.
So yeah, there are voice logs in this game from Eggman, and you get them by fishing. That's what you do. They're not bad. They're not bad voice logs. Like,
Would
the
you
dialogue
like
in
to
this game
try?
is...
I'll let
it's
you
not
borrow
bad.
a
I have
rod.
no complaints about the dialogue in this game. Except for whenever it's a really, really dopey delivery. But it's sometimes in service of an okay story, and many times it's not. It's very often in service of a very weird lore. The lore's gonna go places, people. I don't know if you're ready for the lore to go places, but the lore's gonna go places. Speaking of going places, I think as soon as this cutscene's done, it is a good chance for us to... Oh, yeah. Fast travel? No, not the fast travel. While fishing, you can come across scrolls, and they do fast travel. That's what it says. That's what it says. So we're gonna go ahead and... Yep, I have a complete one. We're gonna start a fresh one here. That's kind of it. That's kind of it. Thank you everyone who tuned in tonight. Certainly appreciate it. Hope you had a good time. We will be back next Sunday with 2 more hours of the game, hopefully leading us to the end of the first island, and maybe the beginning of the next if we're lucky. I hope you're ready for the boss music. The boss music's gonna be something. The boss music is gonna be something. It does not I hope it will not disappoint. I just think it's hilarious. Hey, we are part of Sonic Stadium. You can check out all of our content over at sonicstadium.org. We've got Sonic News, we've got Sonic Reviews, we've got a review of the whole game up on the site, brought to you by our site owner, Dreadnux. We've got news coming out regarding the game. You can bet that we have video all over our YouTube. Knuckles87 here in chat has been seeing to that. Been recording it since before the game came out and giving us little bits and clips here and there. And, of course, we have other streams. We currently have one other streaming series called Almost Every Sonic, which you are watching right now. That wasn't the one I meant to advertise. We have another one called Sega Sonic Radio, in which we play great Sonic music every Friday night, leading you up to the weekend. Tune in this Friday, and, you know, give us a follow on Twitter, at Sonic Stadium. Plus, we have some other, we're trying to diversify our socials. I need to go bug Dread to actually be able to do that, but for the time being, we do have other socials. Keep an eye out for them. So with that, we are up over and gone. Peace out, everyone. See you next week.